The British government says Edward Snowden will not be admitted to Britain. It's warning airlines around the world to not let him fly. Snowden is the National Security Agency contract employee who leaked secret information about a widespread U.S. surveillance program. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, where he fled, there was a rally to support him. Seth Doane reports on that part of the story.
Rain did not deter protesters in Hong Kong today as they marched to the U.S. consulate in support of Edward Snowden.
Snowden is our brother!
Snowden's revelations turned personal for Hong Kongers, with his most recent, still unsubstantiated claims to the South China Morning Post. He alleged U.S. intelligence agents hacked into hundreds of targets in Hong Kong and mainland China.
If I were President Obama, in this circumstance, I'd be wiping the egg off my face.
David Zweig studies U.S.-China relations and is a professor at Hong Kong University of Science and Technology.
America has tried to make China look bad on the issue of cybersecurity, but yet here's a guy who knows that America is also not so clean on this issue.
Beijing's Global Times, which is backed by China's ruling Communist Party, called in an editorial for the Chinese government to acquire more information from Snowden. Referencing George Orwell's 1984 about big government spying, a Hong Kong lawmaker asked the U.S. not to charge Snowden, saying he sparked an important discussion about government surveillance. Simon Young is a Hong Kong lawyer.
Is it likely that Edward Snowden would be extradited if the U.S. asked for that?
Well, there are a number of possible objections that Mr. Snowden might be able to make. If the fairness of the proceeding is going to be affected because of the political motives, then the jurisdiction can refuse to surrender.
David Zweig says if history is a guide, Snowden would be extradited, but says that won't stop Hong Kongers from taking to the streets.
People here are worried about states that are too strong and that misbehave, because we look across the border and that's part of what we see.
Edward Snowden may have found supporters in the court of public opinion, but his real battle, convincing a legal court, still likely lies ahead. For CBS This Morning, Saturday, Seth Doane, Hong Kong.